what the purpose of this is exactly what you just described, to change your perspective on things and go over these things in a calm, safe environment. So I ask 4 questions for every experience. So first, you got to title the experience. This titling of the experience allows you to condense a big experience into a poignant moment that you can recall with the title. Because once you condense a whole story into a title, it puts it into a position where you can have multiple titles run through your mind quickly and experience the whole experience in instant, like condensing timeframes. So that's the first thing, title the experience. Second is you got to write down the entire experience without any emotion. So what factually happened? So even you mentioning like your mom and all those experiences and her striking you, not striking you, saying negative things, not saying negative things, all of those things, I would say what factually happens. What were the words she said? I would read no emotion into it. And you got to learn these languages. You got to learn nonviolent communication. You got to learn neurolinguistic programming. You got to learn these things so that you can start to understand, hey, that's actually me inferring that she felt a certain way about why she hit me. But I'm not going to say why she hit me or how she felt about it. I'm just saying I got hit. Her hand made contact with the atoms on my face, and I experienced a reaction to it. Okay, pain, but even pain sometimes can be used as emotional language. So first question is, what are the facts of the situation? Second question in the Identify Your Identity journal is, how do I feel about the facts? Now I write down all my feelings, all the good feelings, bad feelings, hatred. I want to kill that person. I hope they go die and sink in a river. And also, I actually don't feel that way. I kind of don't like myself for feeling that way. All these emotions. And then I get into the really gaslighty portion, which is what could also be true. And when I'm talking about what could also be true, I'm taking the antagonist, the villain of the story, and I'm writing the most noble reason why they would have acted the way they would have acted. Like, I am explaining to myself, if I was going to put myself in their shoes, this is why they did it. This is how they did it. Maybe they were in so much pain. They wanted to share that. They needed somebody to share that with so they could commiserate, but they didn't know how to do that. And so instead of like inviting somebody in through verbally sharing and asking for support, they said, hey, I'm going to invite you in by doing it to you. So now we're both in pain, right? Whatever it is, I'm going to draw them out the absolute most noble reason for causing the circumstance in my life. And then the last question is, what am I grateful for? What did I learn from it? And how am I going to act differently in the future? So that's like my whole Identify Your Identity journal. Published it because this is crucial that we learn how to reprocess, recapitulate, revisualize, not just our past experiences. Because once you've done it in the past long enough, then you start doing it for present and the future. And my wife tells me this all the time. How are you so calm? How are you just like allowing what is to be? Why aren't we predicting the future? I'm like, look, I'm fine. I'm actually fine writing a horrible future out for ourselves. Like just writing the absolute everything goes bad, worst case scenario future. I'm okay with that as long as we're also allowed to write a different narrative of the most positive. As long as we're not focusing too much on the negative, I'm okay with the negative, as long as we're allowed to be positive as well. But if you're going to say no positivity, only negativity, then I'm going to say, sorry, I can't participate in this because I don't exist there. We need to be able to experience the positive as well. And so I love that you just brought that up because, again, once you reach this enlightenment, it's something that it's achievable for everybody. That's the coolest part about it.